Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning. Welcome to Kahului Hongwanji's YouTube Sunday service. Today is December 6th, 2020, and it is also our day for celebrating or observing Bodhi Day, the day on which Shakyamuni Buddha, or the historical Buddha, was awakened. We say in English often he became enlightened, but the more correct term is awakened. He awoke to life as it truly is, to reality as it truly is. So we'll be talking a little bit about that today in our message. Our service today will begin with the Vandana and Tisarana, followed by the chanting of Gasho to Amida. Following that, we will have the golden chain of love, and then I will share a Dharma message with you. Following that, we will chant the loving kindness meditation, or the metta, and then we will sing the Nembutsu and have a few closing words. So thank you so much for joining us once again through this COVID-19 time, time of kind of staying out of the public, staying at home to be safe and to make others safe. We have some opportunities to gather together, to get out of the house and to go back to some of our normal activities, but we have to be very careful because we see that this COVID situation is not getting better anytime soon. In fact, it seems to be getting worse, especially over on the mainland, so we have to be very careful that we don't get it to spread over here in Hawaii. So we are able to be together virtually through YouTube, through the internet, and also in spirit. So thank you very much for gathering through YouTube for this service, and let's now begin our service. Let's put our hands together in Gasho and recite the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Bhutang saranang gacchami, dhammang saranang gacchami, sanghang saranang gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance.
recite Amida's name with deep joy and gratitude. I gasho to Amida, trees and grasses and flowers all grow in great compassion. This light shines throughout the world. I gasho to Amida. Flowers bloom and flowers fall. From the seed sprout new flowers. This is the truth unchanging. I gasho to Amida. Springtime brings the happy birds. Their songs all praise Amida. I join them in Nembutsu. I gasho to Amida. When I call Amida's name, it's Amida calling me. Buddha's voice, my voice are one. I gasho to Amida. When I'm lonely, I recite Namo Amida Butsu. Then I feel great compassion. I gasho to Amida. Nembutsu in work and play, every day with Amida. Every moment filled with light. I gasho to Amida. Remember the golden chain, kindness to all living things. I will follow this teaching. I gasho to Amida. In the clear bright morning sun, in the fading light of day, in the darkness of the night, I gasho to Amida. Namo Amida Butsu. I live in great compassion. This great power guides my life. I gasho to Amida. Namandabu, 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 Namandabu. The virtue of Amida's vow is shared equally by all, together attaining awakened mind. We are born in the land of peace. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Golden Chain of Love. I am a link
in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Welcome again. I'd like to share a few thoughts about the Buddhist teaching with you today. Let's put our hands together in Gasho to begin. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Well, good morning. So these days, with the COVID-19 and all the worries that this situation brings with it, such as, about our health, about our finances. Many people are having, have lost jobs and so on. And with all the conflicts going on in the world, our country and the rest of the world, it's sometimes hard to even know how you're feeling. Sometimes I don't even know if I'm happy or sad. I guess I'm happy about some things and sad about others. Much of the way many people are acting today makes me feel very angry, but at the same time, the goodness and kindness that I see from so many people move me deeply and fill my heart with appreciation. So it's really a time of mixed feelings. The good thing about being a Buddhist is that it doesn't matter really if I feel good or bad at any particular moment. We can always listen to the Dharma and learn and grow from it, no matter what is happening. If I'm angry, the Dharma will let my anger teach me. It will remind me about impermanence. If I'm happy, the Dharma will let my happiness teach me and also remind me about impermanence. Everything is always changing. The same thing is true if I'm sick or healthy, or if things are going well, or if they're going badly. We are very lucky that we have the opportunity to encounter the Dharma, don't you think? Today, we are observing Bodhi Day. Bodhi Day commemorates the Buddha's enlightenment, or more correctly, the Buddha's awakening. You can see the little statue of Shakyamuni Buddha, the historical Buddha, sitting in meditation and representing the Buddha's enlightenment. Normally, we don't have image of the Buddha, of Shakyamuni Buddha, although our altar represents him in other ways. But Amida Buddha sort of embraces the whole oneness of Buddhahood. So we don't actually need to have a statue of different Buddhas or an image of different Buddhas. But of course, Shakyamuni Buddha, the historical Buddha, is for us human beings in this world is very extremely important. So his teaching, the teaching of the Buddha, is the essence of Buddhism. So anyway, Buddha's awakening. Awakening is the goal, the purpose of Buddhism. That's why we listen to the Dharma, to become awakened, not just for a few 20 minutes entertainment on Sunday, entertainment or help you to fall asleep, to take a nap, right? It's not for that reason. It's to help us to awaken, to lead us toward awakening, toward Buddhahood. What is the Dharma? What is the Dharma that we're listening to? Where does it come from? Where does the Dharma come from? In a way, the Dharma didn't come from anywhere. The Dharma is really about the truth of life. The Dharma comes from life, I guess you could say. In a way, the Dharma is life, or life is Dharma. But the Dharma is the life of seeking the truth, of learning about life. The Dharma guides us to find true answers so that we can appreciate our lives and also help others to appreciate their lives as well. When people learn to truly appreciate their lives, they automatically appreciate everyone in the world. So the Dharma really creates peace in the world. Peace comes from the Dharma. Or we could say that the Dharma is peace. Historically, we can say that the Dharma is the teaching that was taught to us by the Buddha, by Shakyamuni Buddha, as we refer to the historical Buddha. When he was born, Siddhartha Gautama, who became Shakyamuni Buddha, was an ordinary person, a human being just like us. Except that, unlike most of us, his father was a king. So the Buddha's father definitely wanted his son to stay in the family business and become the king after him. But he was afraid that Siddhartha might start thinking too much about the meaning of life. There's a whole story about this, but just to make it simple, he didn't want Siddhartha to start reflecting about the meaning of life too much, because then he might give up becoming a king and instead choose to become a monk or a spiritual seeker. To be a king, you have to really care about ruling over others. You have to really enjoy power. You have to like to be the boss. But spiritual seekers don't care about being the boss of anyone. They're only interested in understanding themselves. So to keep Siddhartha from thinking about the meaning of life, to keep him being essentially a selfish person who wants power, his father, the king, kept his son in a wonderful palace where his son Siddhartha could have everything he wanted and where he never saw anything that might upset him. It was sort of like a Disneyland or something. And growing up in that palace was really great for Siddhartha. He got to eat whatever food he wanted, and everyone was nice to him all the time. He got any toy he wanted, and his father made sure he never saw anything broken or worn out. Because if he had noticed that things didn't last forever, Siddhartha might start wondering about life. Even more than this, his dad never let Siddhartha see anyone who was sick or old or unhappy. Everyone that he saw, everyone that took care of him was young and beautiful and healthy and smiling. So Siddhartha didn't know anything about impermanence at all. He thought everything was always happy and comfortable and wonderful. If you are sheltered from impermanence, you don't know the Dharma. You don't have any Dharma. You just think everything is the way you want it all the time. So Siddhartha's father thought that his son would definitely follow in his footsteps now and become a king just like him. But there's a problem. There was a problem. As Siddhartha's dad got older, he had to stop visiting his son too, right? Makes sense, because Siddhartha would see his father aging and start to realize that there is nothing, that there is impermanence in the world. And anyone who got sick or had problems of any kind that might have shown that life was not all happiness had to be kept away from this boy or this young man. So Siddhartha must have wondered when people he knew, people in his family, just disappeared from his life. Even though his father prevented him from seeing them get older, Siddhartha must have wondered, where did they go? Where are these people? He must also have wondered what was outside his wonderful palace. He must have been very curious. So one day, despite all the precautions his father had taken, Siddhartha was able to sneak out of the palace and take a look around the world outside. He was really surprised. He saw people working really hard to grow grains and vegetables. He saw others working at making bread and other foods. He saw poor people who didn't have enough to eat. He couldn't believe that because he always had whatever he wanted without even asking, while some people out here were starving, were hungry. He saw sick people and dying people, and he saw funerals with families crying in pain from losing their loved ones. He also saw a monk a spiritual seeker that who was sitting in blissful meditation. Siddhartha was really shocked, shaken up by what he saw. Incidentally, just as a reflection, you know, sometimes when it's hard to wake someone up, when they won't wake up, you might have to shake them, right? Get up, it's time to get up, right? So we need to be shaken up often in order to wake up in a spiritual sense. Experiences of life have to shake us up so that we can wake up. That's what happened to Siddhartha. Even though he was a spoiled prince from his life experience so far, what he saw, it shook him up and filled him with compassion for all suffering beings. How can I go back to my palace life now, he asked himself, when the world is so full of suffering? I must give up that easy, comfortable life and go off by myself until I discover why there is all this suffering and how to cure it. He was especially inspired by seeing that monk sitting in meditation. From this he realized that there is a path beyond merely satisfying one's own desires and seeking pleasure for oneself. And so from that point on, Siddhartha became a seeker after truth. He listened to a lot of teachers and he followed their advice and tried many different ways to find an explanation and a cure for the suffering in the world. But eventually, I think we all have to do this. Eventually, he had to just sit down and by himself and reflect deeply on his own life and his relationship with the world. When he did this, it is said that he became enlightened or awakened. This means that he really woke up to the Dharma. He became the Buddha, the one who is awake. He saw the world in a totally new way, a way that allowed him to appreciate every moment of life without anxiety or worry, without attachment. He became like an empty vessel filled with light. He didn't worry about himself anymore. He saw everything and everyone in this light, which is the Dharma. Because of this, he wanted everyone to have this same opportunity to appreciate their lives too. And so he began to teach the Dharma to everyone he met. Because of the Buddha's awakening, we too are able to hear the Dharma. And through the Dharma, we too are able to truly appreciate every moment of our lives. Of course, most of us are not able to become completely enlightened in the way that Siddhartha became enlightened. We are not Buddhas yet, but it's no problem for us because we are already part of the Buddha's enlightenment. That truth is expressed in the reality of Namo Amida Butsu. All we have to do is trust that the Buddha's infinite compassion and wisdom is always guiding and helping us. There's no need for anything else. Then we can all deeply appreciate every moment of life, whether things are happy or sad, whether we are sick or healthy, whether our circumstances are good or bad. So today, we are celebrating Bodhi Day, the day remembering the Buddha's awakening. This is very important. If it weren't for the Buddha's enlightenment, we would not have the Dharma. There would be no Buddhism, no temples, no Sangha. Bodhi Day is the time to really express our appreciation to the Buddha for the wonderful teaching we have received. And so now let's put our hands together in Gasho and express our appreciation for this wonderful life we are able to live, despite the conditions we may face, and for the wonderful teaching that always guides us. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May I be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to me. May I live in peace and harmony. May my family be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my teachers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my friends be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May strangers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my enemies be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Please join with me now for the singing of the Nembutsu. Let's put our hands together in Gasho. Namo Amida, Namo Amida, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much for joining us for today's Kahului Hongwanji online YouTube Sunday service and Bodhi Day observance. We hope that you have enjoyed this service and that you can take something with you from it that will help you in your everyday life during the week. One announcement before we close. On December 12th, we will be having a fundraiser, a food pickup day. This is, of course, for people who live close by here, but it will be pickup on December 12th, and I think there's still time to order some of the food items. So it will be kalua pork and some baked goods. So please call the temple office if there's anything that else you would like, or if you have any questions. So thank you very much, and let's close our service now by putting our hands together in Gasho and reciting the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
One, two.